Today we're going to be discussing how to place your fingers on the fretboard. Alright, so this is how we're going to start. We're going to place our fingers on the fretboard. We want to use the tips of our fingers to press as perpendicular as possible against the fretboard. Okay, so we're going to curl our fingers and press straight down. Alright, you want to make sure that your fingers are as perpendicular as possible against the fretboard. I can't stress that enough. I know a lot of the problems that we have by not having crisp sounds on our chords. It's because we're not curling our fingers the correct way. Another thing we want to watch out is to make sure that there's a gap between the palm of our hand and the bottom of the neck. If there isn't a gap, most likely that very first string is going to sound kind of muted, even though we want to play an open-ended chord. Okay, we'll get that type of sound. So we want to make sure that you bend your wrist in such a way that your fingers are now able to press against the fretboard in a perpendicular way. Okay, so you're going to use the tips of your fingers. You want to bend your wrist and then curl your fingers in such a way that you're pressing against the fretboard as perpendicular as possible. There's one exception to the rule, and that would be when we start doing our bar chords, and that's because you're using your number one finger and use it here as a capo. Okay, and that's how you're going to start working, and that's something we're going to talk about on a later lesson. Okay, and that's how you start working. But notice how the other fingers are nice and perpendicular, pressing against the strings, pressing the strings against the fretboard in a perpendicular way, and they're nice and curled. Okay, so this is the right way. So make sure you're pressing the chords with your tips of your fingers perpendicular. Make sure that wrist is twisted, bend in such a way that you can reach over and press all the strings with the tip of your fingers. Very well, there we have it. Now we know how to place our fingers in the right way. Hopefully we'll be able to play songs that sound just nice and crisp. Thank you, and hope you're learning. Watch more videos.